Hello, I am Amarilys Gacio Rassler, and I am a Pedro Pan, one of the 14,000 children that came from Cuba in 1960 to 62 through Operación Pedro Pan. And that is a clandestine operation to bring children to escape from Cuba to the United States. I am also the author of Cuban-American Dancing on the Hyphen. I've had the privilege of hearing many stories from Cubans who have recently come from Cuba because of my Cuban writings. I also write inspirational and fiction, nonfiction, and poetry. And here today is my story, The Rafters. Gunshots thunder through the moonless sky, while darkness swallowed the five in the raft. Ramon's heart pounded like an angry drum. In the raft, writing destiny, they drifted away from the Cuban shore. With a gentle touch, Ramon's hand continued to cover his 9-year-old son's mouth. His other hand wrapped tightly over Perla's arm, her breath warm and fast, blowing on his neck at the same speed of the tremors in his heart. Ramon heard feet and legs scrambling to adjust. His eyes strained to see the figures. His friend Humberto and his mother, Doña Carlota, shifted positions. The wind slowed down and the sounds of rifles muted. The raft kept moving. Ramon took in a deep breath. He pulled his son closer and whispered, "Bravo, Ramoncito, talk now." With trembling voice, Perla whispered in her son's ear, "Mi hijo, te quiero mucho." "You're my little man." She patted Ramoncito's head. She stroked her husband's face. "Ay, Dios, gracias." Ramon heard the steadiness in his wife's tone. He knew his Perla. She would struggle, but keep it in. All for her Ramoncito's sake. Ramon kissed Perla's forehead and hugged her. His lips brushed her cheek. "Mi vida, we're safe." Ramoncito sniffled in a sob. "Mommy, Papi, we got away!" Ramon turned towards his friends. He reached to touch Humberto's leg. "Humberto, Doña Carlota, we made it." Humberto cleared his throat. "Chico, nobody does Humberto in. Who can mess with this macho?" "Humberto, be humble. Dios helped us." Doña Carlota's soprano voice echoed through the breeze. "Sí, Mama, I know." The wind caressed Ramon's face, his nerves in a recess. For how long? The splashing of the sea was all he heard until Doña Carlota raised the song. The words vibrated within his soul. Sublime gracia del Señor, amazing grace. Ramon held back tears. He couldn't cry for Ramoncito's sake, for Ramoncito's sake. Ramon kept watch over his sleeping crew while the sun peaked above the horizon. Ramoncito slept, head on his mother's lap, and Perla dozed within Ramon's embrace. Both Humberto and Doña Carlota lay down, resting. Doña Carlota was small and frail. "Fits in a pocket," they joked in church. Humberto was a replica of what his father had been, tall, muscular, and handsome. Ramon glanced at the group. Worries hammered his brain. Would they make it? 3 days at sea, already lost a bag of food and a gallon of water. Only a day of supplies remained. Perla yawned. Her breath was stale, but Ramon didn't care. She opened her hazel eyes to search his. A habit he happily had encountered each morning for 11 years. "Buenos dias, Neptuno." She lifted up her face to kiss him. He kissed her back. "Buenos dias, mi reina." Humberto squinted. He gave his mother's sleeve a shake. "Mamá, breakfast for your hijito. Para pan, guayaba, queso." Humberto let out a cackle. The sun had fully reported for work. Ramon could feel his heat baking its way through his shirt. He wiped sweat off his forehead, staring at the ocean. The rough seas had given them 2 days of battles, with water coming into the raft. That morning, the sea swayed drunk. "Papi! Papi! Wake up!" Perla lifted her son's head. "Nightmare, hijo." She pushed his brown bangs away from his face. She lifted the quart of sugar water to his mouth. "Drink." Doña Carlota looked at the clear water surrounding them. "Buenos dias, Dios. Buenos dias, mundo." Ramon divided the first meal of the day. Hard bread and sugar water. Carlota gave thanks. They ate quietly. A huge turtle passed close, very close. Ramon held his breath. Other visitors? He kept vigilance, but determined to keep their spirits high. Starting games earlier. "Doña Carlota, what will you do in the States?" Humberto's mother picked crumbs off her dress and placed them in her mouth. She shook her head and raised her side to the sky. "Flan! Flan! Every week I make flan, milk, eggs, and real vanilla." "Sugar! No more 10 pesos a pound." She looked at Humberto. "Mucho flan, hijo." Humberto grinned, pulled his mom to him, and plucked a kiss on her head. "Flan pa tu hijo, and the pretty Americana I'm going to marry." "Me now, papi." Ramoncito sat up straight. "I'm going to change my name." "Ramoncito," Perla's thick brows raised. "Mama, I'm not a little man. I'm Ramon, like papi, a man." Ramon chuckled, then quieted. He saw the seriousness on his son's face. He grinned at Perla. "Ramoncito is a sweet sound. Ay, qué niño este." Perla touched her necklace, the pearl her husband bought her for their first anniversary. "Someday, in Miami, your father will buy me pearl earrings to go with this." Us, 3 pearls together. Ramon let them talk, yet study the skies and ocean. No sight or sound of plane or ship. His heart sank. Their drinking water soon gone. Ramon, Ramoncito, and Doña Carlota slept, exhausted and dehydrated. Awakening, Ramon found a note stuck in the cuff of his pants. He read quietly, sobbing. "Mi dulce esposo. 3 days with hardly water. More chance. Us gone. You make it. Humberto and I decided to go together. He wants his mama to live. May God forgive us. I love you now more than ever. Be strong, mi amor. Live for our son. Tu Perla. Siempre." "Papi, papi, where's mommy?" Ramoncito toured at his father's church. He found his mother's pearl necklace hanging from Ramon's pocket. He grabbed the note from his father's hand. Doña Carlota awoke, looked around, and screamed and screamed. She ripped the note away from Ramoncito. "No, no, mi hijo, no!" She shrieked and covered her face with her hands. In the distance, Ramon heard the engine of a plane. He didn't look up, but held tightly to Ramoncito, who wept and pounded his father's chest. Within his sobs, Ramon whispered, my son, Ramon." This story was inspired by a true story. Thank you for listening.